Now another concept that is being asked regularly is finding the average speed of entire journey. So we do break the journey in parts, and then they'll ask you to find the average speed. Keep it in mind, do not just do a simple average of speeds. Okay, that's a very very common thing that we see students doing. That's absolutely wrong, right? The average speed of entire journey is basically total distance by total time, right? We'll solve a problem to clarify this. We'll explain it with an example that would really go well, but just keep in mind it's not a simple like speed 1 plus speed 2 by 2 for the average speed, right? This is wrong. You have to use this total distance by total time, right, as the formula for the average speed. So this is the question talking about the average speed, right, which we have shown with an example. So put some focus on this. A bike covers half the distance at 10 kilometers per hour and increases its speed to 30 kilometers per hour to cover the remaining distance, right? So if I have the entire journey of mine and I break it as d and d, right, I'm just taking a value, it's a variable. Half of it is d, so the remaining half would also be d. So the entire journey is 2d, right? So what is the total distance? D plus d, that's 2d, right? So the time taken to do this part, I call this as time 1, is distance by speed, that's 10 kilometers per hour. This would be distance by speed 30 kilometers per hour, right? So total time taken is the time taken to cover the first half and the time taken to second half. So which I have got it as d by 10 plus d by 30, right? So if I simplify the fraction, that would come as the 30 would be the LCM of denominator, so that's 4d by 30, right? Now the average speed formula, as we discussed, is total distance by total time, right? So that's 2d by 4d by 30, right? 2 2s are and dd gets cancelled, and this will be 30 by 2 is 15 km ph, right? This is what the answer is for the average speed. But what I've seen like most of the students doing is that they simply do 10 plus 30, the speeds, by 2, that's 40 by 2 is 20 km ph, which is absolutely wrong. Never ever do the simple average of the speeds if the question is talking about average speed, right? You always have to ensure that you do the total distance by the total time thing. Yes, it works out, I think, the case when the time is same for both the parts of journey. Like if I have traveled 10 kilometers per hour for 1 hour and 30 kilometers per 1 hour, right? Let's assume that case. Just give me a moment. Yeah, right. What is the distance of the first part? 10 into 1 is 10 kilometers. The distance of second part is 30 into 1 is 30 kilometers, right? So the thing, what would be my time taken? T1 is 1 hour and T2 is 1 hour. The total distance is 30 plus 10, 40. By time is 1 plus 1 is 2. That will give me 20 kmph, right? So that is working out similar to this. If the time of the parts of journey, each part of the journey is exactly same, then yes, you could do a simple average. Otherwise, even for that case, if you simply stick to this thing, you will never go wrong, right? So always do the total distance by total time for the average speed